Many of us guys are going into a 9 to 5, as you called it, very dinosaur kind of idea, having no control. But it gives us the one thing, and that is to kind of pay for the mortgage, pay for the kids. But the one control we do have is that 3 or 4 hours. We have complete control to kind of be in the gym, break a sweat, get in the cold, be stoic, write, do things that make us feel just a tiny bit better. I can put myself under a lot of pressure. I can be self-deprecated. It is a very human thing to do because I'm in my shoes every day. I witness everything that I do. Set the stage. If I could just use that as a principle, everything the night before, I set the stage because I don't want to go through the decision fatigue, and I don't want to go on the basis of saying, forget it. So setting the stage is the idea. Next to my bed, I have a book, and that book's a journal, and on that book is a golden pen. So I have no excuse not to pick that pen.
Why golden pen?
It's if do you know Intelligent Change?
No, I don't.
It's a wonderful guy called Alex Icon, and he created the 5 Minute Journal, which Tim Ferriss really popularized his book many years ago in the beginning of journal.
Pen.
And the gold pen is what comes with it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Sick. Yeah.
No reason. It's gold. It can be any color.
Yeah.
I love the idea it's gold, and when the sun blazes through, it kind of shines. That's my beacon. So the most important thing to take into consideration, which I've learned over the years, is how vulnerable the brain can be in the morning. So anything you say to yourself, you almost own and believe because the brain is so vulnerable. So be sure the moment you wake up, whatever you kind of put out into the world, that it's something about living your future self with your future kind of positive outlook. Because the reality is we can't anticipate the next corner, but if we're primed and ready, then whatever does come our way, we can just have that resilience. So the idea of journaling in the morning is a very big thing for me. The idea of the Goggins approach is mission complete. So the idea of making the bed in the morning, I'm single, so it's easier for me to make my bed in the morning. And then I do a prayer every morning.
What's the prayer?
The prayer is all based on gratitude. Don't worry, Andy, you're in it. And you actually will be in it tomorrow because I'm really appreciative about being here.
Oh, amazing.
And it's really the idea that the mind can skip certain things. And those small things can be a very powerful component to your day. Like the idea that you woke up and the breath of fresh air, the idea that I'm fit, I'm well, my heart's good. Like these things sound so stupid, but when you think about it, you're kind of reaffirming that I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm good, I'm ready for the day kind of thing. So my prayer is some celestial being. I'm not entirely sure who that means, but it's enough for me to kind of pound my chest and prepare for the day. The next thing I always do is I have a mason jar next to my bed. And a mason jar is water with lemon, cayenne pepper, ginger. And I'm taking that down. And then that prepares my body before I dive into the whole dirty part of the morning. And it's not even pushing the brand. It's such an imperative thing when we talk about flow state and having the right kind of components there.
Yeah.
And then stretch.
So which would you? Because there's a whole multitude of different things you could drink. Like what do you rock and roll with?
I rock and roll with lion's mane. Andy articulated it so well how good it is for the brain. And actually, if you look at some of our customer reviews, the customer experiences are undeniable. Everyone feels the same way, that over a period of time of doing it, you have this zing in the brain. It's almost, it lifts this brain fog. You feel so focused. And I want that kind of focus because like you and I, we're in that period of time where we've been pen to pad and we're writing, we're putting all the gunk down, whatever comes out, comes out.
Yeah.
And then I've always been a fan, even before it became a viral sensation. Cold has always been my friend and my enemy, but the enemy becomes a comrade because the moment you get past that kind of frustration of being in the cold, you realize that biologically what it's doing for the body is so good for you that it's almost, it's one more time, like this is good for me, it's good for me. And then coming out of that, I then do stretches. And these stretches have been important to me because I realize more and more as I grow older, I'm 41 now, and I know, and I really compliment the idea that you think I look younger than my brother. It's this idea of just animalistic movements, the things we've kind of lost.
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff is so good for the brain.
Can you imagine walking into his apartment?
Yeah. Naked, unfortunately.
Boring.
You have a hobnob on a fag.
Like Andy said, I also do a bit of breath work in the morning, but I was doing this way before, like there was a Wim Hof moment, or before
I find this stuff endlessly fascinating because I think like part of like what the Nike guy says, business is war without bullets, and I think you've got to prepare yourself for war every fucking day. And it's like, and if you don't do those things, then You know, me personally, my head's a fucking circus, and I can't control it. But I have these sort of things in place. Obviously, not
Advices.
I'm not jumping into like the serpentine in the morning,
which is definitely my morning.
How long does it take? So where do you?
I should say very quickly that I run to the balcony and get the sun in the morning, even if I don't see the sun, see the blue. The
Runs to the balcony.
That's the balcony. It's not that big.
You live near?
You know White City House?
Yeah,
you know the BBC Television Centre?
Yeah.
In the concrete jungle?
Yeah.
The melting pot of West London? I'm right there.
Okay, sweet.
Trust your morning.
So how long does it take to get to the serpentine?
So at the moment, I'll cycle there on our Vermouth bike. If you don't mind me plugging them, those guys in. It's one of the greatest investments that we have ever made. It's a bike that's electric, that is a legacy kind of bike. It's the bike that is modelled from Amsterdam as a cruiser kind of bike. But this bike, it can go up to like 23, 24 miles an hour, and it's slick. It's like the Tesla of bikes.
Banging,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So riding down and through that is an amazing sensation. If I am up early enough and I cancel some of my routines, then I'll run down there. So we get there about I'm there about 6:30, and then so actually the crew, the Dirty Tribe, we all meet there.
Every day, pretty much.
If in the cold, yes, every day. And I'll show you some videos and footages.
I've seen it online. Yeah. I've seen it, but I didn't realize it was like an everyday thing.
We have a whole kind of, the Dirty Tribe has a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
And then someone put in, I'm going, and then you've got a responsibility, not just not for them to be there, but go meet them. And no one really wants to do it, but that's fine. But that's I kind of find the whole idea of doing that in the morning a very stoic thing, like just basically what you just said, like, prime yourself, preparing yourself. It sounds so masculine what I'm saying, but it's this stoic mentality of bringing in the day. So my morning routine is probably a couple of hours, I'd say, but that's why I'll make damn sure that I'm in bed at a certain time and up at a certain time, and I'm probably challenged. I don't know if you challenge me, but like, because there's a part where you just don't want to put the laptop down, like keep going. But you've got to be good you've got to be good mentally for yourself to be prepared and ready for getting on the front lines the next day. And that's why I spoke about Da Vinci, and I spoke about this intensity that he has when he creates his piece of art. But he will absolutely categorically step away from it and walk into the woods or wherever he is with his notebook and just write and just be at peace, like you were talking about the Quentin Tarantino thing. So I am fortunate enough to kind of build that capabilities to do that. But every time I've done it, it's given me a greater sense of strength mentally, and certainly physically at times when if shit does go down on the day, I don't want to be consumed. I never want to be in an anxious position. But anxiety in some capacity does have like a nice kick to it in some circumstances.